you are a perfect person to ask this question because if I'm not mistaken, when you first arrived from Purdue, there were still some steel curtain guys in that Steeler locker room when you first walked in there,
It was.
right?
Well, I mean, not on the defensive side. I mean, Mean Joe Green was coaching the defensive
Okay.
line. Stallworth was still there. Mike Webby was still there on the offensive side. Donnie Shell on the back end was there.
Blunt was gone. Blunt was gone at that time. Mel was.
Oh yeah, Blunt was
Okay.
gone at that time. But getting a meeting, I think he's the best corner ever playing in National Football League's history. So
Sure.
I can call him a friend.
Well, Chuck Noll obviously was the head coach, so I'm kind of saying you're bridging the steel curtain era to the era in which you were still maintaining the Steelers defense, and then obviously part of that Ravens team that won it all with a defensive standout performance from beginning to end. Folks are saying the Seattle defense is in those leagues, Rod. Would you agree with that?
No, I think they had a great game. I know we had our thread going with my Baltimore guys that we played with. We want to see what we were like rooting for New England to score a touchdown, right? So we're like, come on, score, because we're technically we didn't give up the touchdown, right? I mean, it was a kick return, but they give it to the defense, so they say it was, but. If you look at it from our perspective, in the modern football, we're the team that had the first shutout in Super Bowl history. I know they had a kick return, but so we were rooting, we were texting each other back and forth, and then when they scored, we're like, yeah, we're the best.
That is amazing. Can you share with me who's on that text chain? It's you, Ray.
We got a little everybody. Got a couple.
No, come on now. Grab your phone. I need names here. Who is on the Ravens defensive text chain during the Super Bowl saying we want to be the 72 Dolphins of the Super Bowl defense of all time?
Right. Got Starks. Starks is on there.
Okay. Yeah.
You're Ray's on there. I'm on there.
Mm-hmm.
One of the coaches. I'm not going to say the coaches' names.
Okay. Well, I know it's not Billick.
Well, we got a couple defensive coaches, no offensive coaches.
Okay,
no offensive coaches.
I said okay. So
this is all defense. So a couple of defensive coaches on there, but I mean it's always fun. It's fun to kind of put us in the category of like, hey, how do we fit and how do they, teams, and it's really an honor if you think about it, Rich, because people talk about our defense in 2000, and then they're starting to mention us instead of the '85 Bears. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's always an honor. And as Dick LeBeau used to say, I'd rather be a has-been than I never was. And so it's an honor to put those comparisons to today's game and the guys that are playing today.
And so, I mean, but you look at this defense from start to finish and what they did this year. And then you see what they did in the Super Bowl. I mean, the word I used the other day was marauded that line, and 6 sacks, 11 quarterback hits, 8 tackles for loss, 3 takeaways, including a pick 6 for a score. And folks are talking about this being, I guess, the Legion of Boom 2.0, and then in the realm of a defense like yours, and obviously like the ones that you played for as well, which is why I took a swing at that with you.
Yeah. What is really great about it is that when we talk about modern day football with today's rule changes, that we don't normally talk about defenses that play this physical and this fast, but they do. Like they don't let the refs throwing a flag here or there dictate how they're going to play and how fast they're going to play. And it was really fun to watch those guys kind of come into their own. And Mike McDonald, I got to see him in Baltimore calling the games for the Ravens. And seeing him put that twist on what they try to accomplish. And I tell you what, they got guys that can rush the passer from the front to the linebackers to the secondary. I mean, we saw Witherspoon, and we always say, he made that offensive lineman, he looked for that space, and then you always use that space to your advantage because DB should be quicker than offensive lineman, and he got inside and made that sack in the Super Bowl. So that's an amazing play.
All right, I'm fluent in Rod Woodson, guys. So This is his way because he's too nice of a guy to say, no, they're not in our league. Did I get that right?
Well, I can say this. I say that we are the best defense in one given year in the history of pro football. That's a fact. I mean, the numbers bear it out. I think we only gave up 18 touchdowns, 19 touchdowns in the whole year. Mm. Rich, we went 5 games. Our offense didn't score a touchdown. We won 3 of them. I mean, this defense, you couldn't run against this. You know, we had Tony Siragusa and Sam Adams up front. Ray came into his own with the other young linebackers and Jamie Sharper and Peter Boulware. And on the back end, we had 2 young corners in Dwayne Starks and Chris McAllister. Me as a veteran player at the safety position, but then we had Chris Herron and Corey Harris at the other safety spot. I mean, we played fast, we played physical, and Marvin Lewis did a great job that year of game planning week in and week out. And that's one of the main reasons he got a job over at Cincinnati as being the head coach.
And he's on the text chain, right? Marvin's on the text chain? He's on that text chain.
I'm not going to say coaches. They're defensive coaches, right? They're all defensive coaches that are on it.
At one point, Rod, there was a 3-game losing streak in the middle of the season. You guys gave up 33 points and lost all 3 games combined.
Wow.
Yes.
And still won the whole darn thing.
Yeah. I mean, we gave up, I can't remember the total. We gave, I think, 35 points week 3 against Jacksonville. Or like 35 or 33?
36. It was 39-36.
And I mean, and that was after we gave up that many points, we knew we were going to be a good team, but we just had to make sure that we do everything the right way and that, you know, we did our own game planning as players. We definitely, you know, we challenged each other daily in practice, in the meeting room, and then we had fun going to play football. Football was fun.
So it was Ron Dixon for the kickoff return by the Giants that ruined the whole darn thing for you. That's okay.
Yeah. That's a shame that it counts against us.
Sure. Okay.
The defense, but I get it, you know. But we have our own way of saying, hey, listen, we didn't give up a touchdown.
Right.
We didn't even let him get close enough to kick a field goal. And we said so when I think it was that Monday prior to after they beat the Minnesota Vikings. Ray and I got into the meeting room and we were watching film. Probably halftime, probably about midway through watching the film, we looked at each other and said, "Man, if they get across the 50, we're going to take our uniform off. And we're going to quit."
Come on.
I'm dead serious. I mean, they played the perfect game against Minnesota. You know, Minnesota had an outstanding offense that year.
Right.
And I was a little nervous about playing Minnesota because they had so many weapons. And I'm like, you know, I don't know, can we handle it? I don't really know. But they were putting up points against any defense. And then when the Giants dismantled them, we were like, what the heck happened? And we looked at the film, and me and Ray were like, oh no, these dudes are going to try to run the ball against us. That's not going to happen. Right. And then if they're going to try to throw, they're going to get sacked.
Yeah, the only player to score in the playoffs against you guys on offense was Eddie George.
Eddie George, the first drive,
opened the game. Yep.
And I remember that game where they go right down the field and they score. And Brian Billick is like frantic, and he's coming over to us to get ready to give us this pep talk. And Ray Lewis looked at him and said, "Don't. I got this." And he came over and we talked, and we played outstanding after that, and we got the victory.
Man, Eddie and Ray used to go at it. That was some of my favorite moments because you guys were still playing each other twice a year when NFL Network started. And
Rich, I wish this one hit. If the show wasn't PG, if this wasn't on ESPN and Disney.
Yes.
I can tell you some of the things that Ray used to say to Eddie. It was some crazy stuff. Next time I see you in person.
Okay. All right. We'll take notes and I'll pass it along. I'll put it through the safe for work meter and filter and deliver it to you. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.